Okay, welcome back and thanks for always watching. We are moving steadily. Lesson 31. We are talking arithmetic progressions. Now, after deriving the sum of the any terms, sum of any terms of an arithmetic progression, we have just derived it in our lesson 30. We had to go ahead and try out a few questions, and one of the questions is this one here. We ended there. We have a plus 6d. When you subtract here, you remain with 6. 6 multiplied by d, you get 6d is equal to 3 into a plus d. We have something there. So, if I open brackets here, this is 3a plus 3d is equal to a plus 6d. Now, if I try to collect like terms by subtracting, if the 3a comes this side and so the 3d comes there, this one is a minus 3a plus 6d minus 3d. The whole thing will give us a 0. So this is negative 2a plus 3d is equal to 0. Remember, we had another equation in both a and d. That was our equation 1. It is here. So our equation 2 is there. You can make n of those two unknowns the subject. From here, for instance, if I make a the subject, I have a is equal to 3 over 2d. A is equal to 3 over 2d. I guess you are following. So you substitute for a in equation 1. If you substitute for a in equation 1, you have 3 over 2d plus 12d is equal to 27. This is a fraction, this is a whole number, this is a whole number. To do with this fraction, you can multiply all through by the denominator of the fraction. If you multiply all through by 2, you will have 3d plus 24d is equal to 54. So 3d plus 24d will get 27d is equal to 54. Divide by 27, divide by 27, the d reduces to 2. So our value of d is 2. I think it is part of the questions. They asked us find a common difference. Our common difference is 2, and we've got it. But since they wanted the sum of the first 10 terms, we cannot leave, much as the first term is not asked, we cannot just leave it hanging because we are going to use it in the formula for the sum. So somewhere you can look for a. From here, a is 3 out of 2d, but we have got the value of 2. So the value of d as 2. So we have 3 over 2 times 2 by 2. So this one is 3. That is the value of a. That's the value of a. So after getting that a, we can then calculate for the sum of the first 10 terms. We can calculate for the sum of the first 10 terms. We can calculate for the sum of the first 10 terms. How? From S N, Sn stands for the sum of the first n terms. Sn is n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d all over what? All over 2. Okay? So, if they are talking of S10, S10 is going to be n is the number of terms. So that is 10 into 2 times a, we've just calculated the a and it is a 3, plus 10 minus 1 into the value of d, we've also calculated it and it was a 2. Everything is over 2. So S10 is going to be 10 into, this is 6. Now you have 10 minus 1, you get 9. 9 times 2, that one will give you what? 18 all over 2. So this is 10 times 6 and plus 18 gives you 24 over 2. So you can reduce everything by 2, 1 by 2, 12. So the sum of the first 10 terms, that one generates 120. That one generates 120. I want to look at least one more, then I give you a guiding question. I want us to look at one more and I give you a guiding question. Example 2. Example 2 is saying the first term of an AP is negative 12 and the last term is 40. The first term of an AP is negative 12 and the last term is 40. And the last term is 40. If the sum of the progression, if the sum of the progression is 196, find the number of terms, find the number of terms and the common difference. Find the number of terms and the common difference. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very simple question. They have told us that the first term, our first term of an AP is denoted by letter A, and it is 12, negative 12, and the last term, that is L, is 40. Then they have told us that if the sum of the progression S is 196, it can be Sn, sum of the first 10 terms is 196. Find the number of terms and the common what? And the common difference. Find the number of terms and the common difference. Now, from L, which is given by A plus n minus 1 into D. Our L is 40, our first term is negative 12 into, we don't know the number of terms and we don't know D. There is a plus, sorry about this. This is negative 12 plus. Okay? Remember I said L stands for the last term and the formula for the last term is there. So if I bring this one this side, this is 52 is equal to n minus 1 into what? Into d. Also, Sn is n into a plus l all over 2. You get that? So I think from here we can get n directly. Our sum is 196 is equal to n into negative 12 plus 40. Everything is over what? Over 2. From there we can get the value of n sincerely. So we have negative 12 plus 40. What do we get? Negative 12 plus 40 gives us 28. So this is 28 over 2n is equal to 196. So by 2, 1, by 2, 14. So we have 14n is equal to 196. Divide by 14, divide by 14. The value of n, you have 196 divided by 14. It gives us 14 terms. So the progression whose first term is negative 12 with the last term 40 and the sum of all those terms being 196 has 14 number of terms. It has got 14 number of terms. So from there, we can calculate the common difference. Also, we started it with the 52 is equal to n minus 1 into d. So since we have got the value of n as 14 minus 1 into d, this is 52. So this is 13d is equal to 50 what? Divided by 13, divided by 13. The value of d is going to be, we have 52 divided by 13. That one gives us 4. That is our common difference. That is our common difference. So I want to give you at least 2 guiding questions for your revision purposes. I want to give you 2 guiding questions. I want you to look at these. Question number 1, we have the first term of an AP is a half. The first term of an AP is a half. Put there full stop. The sixth term of the AP is 4 times the fourth term. Is 4 times the fourth term. Is 4 times the fourth term. So what I need is you find the common difference of the AP. You find the common difference of the AP. Now, this other one is number 2. It is saying that the fifth term of the AP is 12. The fifth term of the AP is 12, and the sum of the first 5 terms and the sum of the first 5 terms, is 80. So I want you to determine the first term, determine the first term and the common difference. So I want you to try out those two questions. I want you to try out those two guiding questions such that you can demystify issues concerning arithmetic progressions. I cannot talk about arithmetic progression and I don't mention arithmetic mean. And I don't mention what? The term arithmetic mean. Now, as you hear the word arithmetic mean, it has something to do with arithmetic progressions, but we need to look at the average of terms, the average of the first three terms following, or the first three consecutive terms following arithmetic progressions. We need to find their mean. For three consecutive terms of an AP, can we get their mean? So, consider the terms, consider the consecutive terms. Let me be specific. Consider the consecutive terms of an AP which are A plus B plus C. Let me put it as three consecutive terms of an AP. They are those ones. I have A, B, and what? And C. A, B, and C. If the three terms follow an AP, then B minus A is equal to C minus B. B minus A is equal to C minus what? B. So what I will do, I'll make B the subject. What I've done here, remember what we talked of the common difference? If you get this term and take off the first one, that is B minus A, the result you get when you take off A from B will be the same result if you take off B from C. That's what I'm doing here. So if I make B the subject, I'll bring this one this side, I'll get a 2B is equal to A plus what? C. And the value of B is A plus C all over 2. So I have a guiding question also there. The roots of the equation, the roots of the equation, 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus kx minus 6 plus kx minus 6 is equal to 0 are in an AP. Find the value of k. Find the value of k. We shall stop there.